Well, it's a beautiful November day. We're up at Eisley's Nursery in Auburn, and they're having an open house. And what we're staring at are tables and tables of beautiful poinsettias. Eisley's is known in the fall for their collection of poinsettias. In the spring, they're known for their tomatoes. But right now, we're talking with Bill Eisley. And Bill, these are gorgeous poinsettias. How many varieties do you have here?
Now you got me.
All right. I'll start with an easier question.
Yeah, there's two different types of red. And then we have the Jingle Bells, Orange Ice, Monets, Ice Punch, Pinks, about 9 different varieties.
And of course, I imagine in the spring, these all become tomatoes.
Yes, this will be the vegetable production house.
Right. How long have you been propagating and growing poinsettias?
My father and uncle started doing the poinsettias in the early 70s. I took over production of the poinsettias in 1978.
A while then.
A couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years. Local nurseries love your product. They love the poinsettias because they're healthy. They grow well, just like your tomatoes.
Yes, they do. So we ship, to other nurseries, to the florists here in Northern California and Western Nevada.
Yeah, it's interesting to see poinsettia production going on here in Northern California. You tend to think of this as a Southern California institution, but as long as you got poly roofs and probably a large PG&E bill, you can get away with it.
Yes, we can. PG&E loves us.
All right. It's mostly gas heat, I would think.
Yes, all gas heat. And then in the summer, we have these big draft fans and then the cooling pads, just like an old swamp cooler to cool the houses down, to keep them at temperature.
And of course, these will be gone probably by mid-December?
Yes, around December 15th, except for there are some churches that wait till the 20th or so of December before they take theirs.
All right, and these are in some very nice pots here. You got all of these in ceramic pots.
Yeah. Yep, they're all in clay pots. We are one of the last ones to do them in clay pots. But since I sell to nurseries and florists, we don't want it to look like mass marketers, so we stay with the clay instead of the plastic.
It's excellent. It's just fantastic here. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so many poinsettias in one place. Are you unique to growing this in Northern California? Maybe over in the Bay Area there might be some.
There's still quite a few poinsettia growers here in Northern California. Lodi, Galt, over on the Half Moon Bay and stuff. So there's still quite a few of us growing.
Give us some care tips for poinsettias.
You want to keep them away from drafts, away from the front door, away from any heaters, any wood heaters if you're heating with wood, and you want to keep them in filtered light away from a window. Like on your dining room table, it's perfect.
All right, and they're good till what, February or so?
Yes, they should last you at least until Valentine's Day if you're taking good care of them.
And I imagine at least once a day somebody comes up to you and says, now how can I get this to last all year?
Every day.
Every day,
they do.
Yeah.
You can't get it to stay in color year round. It is going to revert back to green, and then you have to start the process all over, where you're cutting it back to get new shoots, and then it's water, temperature, and fertilization to get it to come back into color.
Not to mention a long period of darkness.
They're not as much as the old varieties. The new varieties, they actually light up. And we have enough ambient light coming in from around the nursery. I do not light them because it's more of a dull color. They do not have the vibrant color if you light them or use black cloth. So we just use natural light.
All right, so for those attempting to, shall we say, over summer their poinsettias and get them to rebloom or to recolor, because we should point out, and we haven't done that yet, that the actual flower of the plant is this center part.
Center part.
The cyathea.
Yes. The bract is what colors up, and it is not the flower.
Right. The bract is a modified leaf, and people say, oh, what beautiful flowers, when in reality, it's a beautiful leaf.
It's a beautiful bract, yes, the leaf.
Pests of poinsettias. I don't see any whiteflies here. Congratulations.
Thank you. We are on the whiteflies all the time. We do 2 treatments. We have lucked out this year with the white flies, but they're more susceptible now to root rots than what they used to be. That is our big thing. I'm actually been treating the poinsettias every 15 days for root rot.
Well, that would be another cultural tip then, is for people, don't put them in pots without drainage. They need good drainage.
They have to have good drainage, and you let it dry out before you water it again.
Right.
You do not want to keep it wet all the time.
Poinsettias, it's a beautiful plant for the fall. They do so well here. They're everywhere, and they're up here in Auburn. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.